I'm very misunderstood, but also don't give a shit. Imagine living in a world where you can't be you, in fear of somebody not liking you.
It sounds like there that you feel like you were broken again. Would you say that that is kind of a representation of how you felt at the time?
Yeah, of course, I was more than broken. I was self-destruct. I couldn't face reality. I just struggled bad. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever gone through. Well, no doubt the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life.
Charlotte Daly with Male Sport Boxing, joined by Conor Benn. Firstly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Well, much better for being here, sun shining. This is an unbelievable place to come training. What's it been like for you?
Oh, it's a beautiful facility. It's part of the reason why I based my camp over here. Mega Sport have been great to us. It's an unbelievable gym. So I thought, what a better place to do camp. I spent the summer out here with my family, and I found the gym, and I said to Tone, I think we'll do camp over here.
We've actually been watching some of your training in the build-up to this Chris Eubank Jr fight, and I'm starting to get the impression that you're addicted to pain because the sessions that you're doing look gruelling. You're really putting your body through it. Would you say that's a fair assessment of you?
Yeah, do you know what it is? It's brutal, but I love it. I live for this. It's just who I am. It's just what I do. I want to make every session for me as hard as I possibly can, whether that's my runs, whether that's hitting 10 kilometres before people even got out of bed.
Do you think that mindset comes from, I know you said with your dad, like growing up, he was obviously an army man and he was quite tough with you growing up. Do you think that regimented structure has made you train the way that you do, that you'll make every second count and you have to abide by every single training rule that there is?
Do you know what? I feel like, without me even knowing, it's something that my dad had installed in me from young. Just the way he was, his mindset, his work ethic, his grit, his will to win, that competitiveness. For me, it's just about getting better, doing the most you can. Throughout my whole career, you'll always hear me say, I just want to be the best version of me I could possibly be. However that comes, however that looks, as long as you're the best version of you, that's all you can ask for. That's all I can ask for myself, is doing the best I can.
We talk about training there and saying that you like to push yourself and you're addicted to kind of making yourself better all the time. But I heard you say that you don't think you'll ever actually be happy until you retire, that you like to keep this angry mindset when you're in training. Do you ever just kind of kick back and enjoy, or is it all just mentality of war?
I don't feel like I can ever have like a full element of peace while I'm fighting, because I'm always on smoke. I'm always about who's next. I'm always about who wants it. And I feel like the only time I'm not like that is when I'm with my family, but my whole life is I wake up in the morning, I'm on smoke. I wake up and I'm like, anyone can get it. And I feel like you have to have that frame of mind. You have to be in that sort of mental space. Me anyway, to sort of really get stuck in, really, get my teeth stuck into something. And that's how I feel about my training. Is for me, this is the hard part. I want my training to be grueling. I want to feel like I'm gonna die. I want to feel like just nothing matters more than training. Nothing matters more than hitting PBs. Nothing matters more than that extra rep. The only sessions that count are the ones you don't want to do. Otherwise, it's all easy. Those are the only sessions that count, are the ones you don't want to do. That's it.
Talk to me about the emotional roller coaster of a camp, because I've heard you say before that you've gone to Tony and you've said, that's it, I've retired like 5 times in camp, or like you're saying that you don't want to do it anymore, and then next week, that's it, you've got the hunger back. What is the emotional roller coaster of being in a camp?
No, never in camp. When I'm in camp, I'm focused. Never in camp. There have been a few performances early on in my career where I have gone back to Tony. I said, Tony, mate, this ain't for me, mate. This ain't for me. I'm done. Waving my white flag. See you later. And somehow I kept coming back, and here I am today, but no, I love the training. I love pushing myself. I love pushing the boundaries. I love seeing how far I can go. There's a thrill and excitement in me not knowing that yet. How good can Conor Benn be? How great can he be?
How good can he be?
Good enough to headline Tottenham Stadium. Good enough to be ranked top 5 in the world, 147 in every governing body. Good enough to be compared to world champions today. you know, still a long way left to go. You're going out 28 years young, so I still have a long way left to go. I'm excited though. It's always learning. School's never out. I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to grow. I'm always willing to better myself. Trust my team. I listen to my team. The beginning of wisdom is humbleness. That's the only way you learn, and that's the only way you grow in anything you choose to do in life. You know, we have a saying, me and my trainer, he's taught me everything he knows. Everything I know, but not everything he knows. You know, and I accept that. I put my tail between my legs. What can I work on? What can I do better? Always chasing them 1%. And it's not just me, but it's a team effort. You see my team with me at 4:45 in the morning, 5 a.m. You see them running. Some of them are lost near a stone. Some have lost, 8 kilos. So, yeah, it's a team effort.
You've got that bit between your teeth. You can see it now. After the last 2 fights in America, you kind of said that you felt like you wanted to walk away from boxing, or you weren't getting what you wanted from boxing at that point in your life. Do you feel like you needed this fight with Chris to give you that fire again? You needed the rivalry you two have, the Benn, the Eubank, that fierce rivalry from your fathers. Did you need that to continue boxing?
Well, it was either Eubank or a world title. Those were the two options. Obviously, the last 2 fights were... Looking back here, I give myself a pat on the back for fighting, because it was so hard for me to just even get through a training camp. You know, there'd be times where I'd turn up to the gym and I'd just cry. There'd be times where I would cry driving to the gym, and I'd just have to pull it together. Just get to the gym, you'll be all right. Just get to the gym, just be there. Just hit the bag. Just do 1 round at a time. And that really was what training was like for me for both of them camps. Each day at a time. You know, not knowing whether the show was going to get pulled, whether I was going to fight or not. You know, I felt like I couldn't fight my country. So there was so much going on that took my love away from the sport. Safe to say, I was done. I didn't want to fight no more. I was retired. In my head, I was done.
You said before, when you were younger, you felt like you were broken, and then you started to heal. It sounds like there that you feel like you were broken again. Would you say that is kind of a representation of how you felt at the time?
Yeah, of course. I was more than broken. I was self-destruct. I was just so broken. Half the man, quarter of the man you see today. It was I just couldn't cope. I couldn't face reality. I just struggled bad. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever gone through. Well, no doubt the worst thing I've ever gone through in my life. But only the strong survive, and someone really close to me said, just take each day as it comes. Each day it'll get easier. And thank God I listened, because that gave me hope. That helped me see through that period of my life. It's hard when you have loved ones look at you and just go, we can't save you. Like, you have to save yourself, and I had to save myself. No one was going to do that for me. No one could do that for me.
You said about your loved ones there. Do you think that was almost one of the hardest points for you? Because I know even your dad, Nigel, he's a Christian man now. He's a man of faith, but he went back to a dark place as well. Was it hard seeing that side of him, and then kind of having your own issue as well?
Oh, me and my dad together were just going through it together, to be honest. He couldn't support me, I couldn't support him. He was broken. Every day would just walk indoors and just sob. When I mean sob, I mean cry like a little baby on his shoulder. As a grown man, 2 kids, just sobbing, going, Dad, I'm sorry. So it was just such a hard period. Because I don't put my dad through, I don't put my family through anything. But there was nothing I could do to change it. There was nothing I could do to change what I was in, and that was the worst thing about it. But then I realised if I hadn't changed, I let them win. You win. It was no doubt the hardest fight of my career, and a fight that I've won. Was
it that point that you wanted to kind of slip off into the distance, disappear for a while?
I thought about going to Australia and just calling it a day. I mean, just go and live that Nepo kid life that people think, I live. Just go and, have strips on the old Barbie. My dad's got a nice, beautiful room for me over there. Full-time carers, as in the grandparents. You know, so why not? Why am I doing this? Why am I sitting here going, what am I doing here? You know, and then I'm not going to let anybody take away the love I have for fighting. I love fighting. I love the adrenaline. I love winning. I love that. No one can ever take that away from me, ever.
We've seen you've gone through kind of a roller coaster of hero and villain and all of this, but do you think anyone knows the real you, or do you think you've just shown them the mask that they've almost wanted you to wear?
I mean, I'm very misunderstood, but also I don't give a shit. You know, so for me, it's just like, I am what I am. Imagine living in a world where you can't be you, in fear of somebody not liking you. I'd hate to live in that world. Imagine living in a world where I care what people think. I don't even know their name. You know, do you understand? So when you put it into context, just always be you. Never sell yourself out. Never be something they want you to be. Always be who you want to be. Say what you want to say. You know, never let anyone clip your wings or restrict you from being who you want to be. And I really do feel passionately about that.
Is that something that's come to you? Because I remember I read an interview with, I think it must have been Donald McRae with you years ago, and he was kind of talking about the heaven and hell aspect and being judged, and that was something that you at the time were almost fearful of being judged and the whole going to hell thing. Is that something that you still were wary of, and this situation has made you get over being judged and people having an opinion?
I got to a stage now where I don't care. I don't care enough to have an opinion on this sort of topic. I mean, ultimately, a lot of people are going to like me. A lot of people are going to hate me. I'm going to get boos. I'm going to get cheers. You know, I'm strong in who I am and my character and my personality. I'm probably too aggressive for some, you know, but then people won't see me at home with my kids, you know, crying to kids' movies. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, it isn't their job to see that. I'm Conor Benn. I'm the fighter. That's what you get. You don't like me, don't like me. You know, people won't like me because of the advantages I've had in life. People won't like me because my dad's paved the way. People will love me because I've chosen to fight when I don't have to fight. I push myself, I work hard, I dedicate myself, I apply myself. You know, so ultimately all that matters is what my kids think of me. That's my legacy there. My kids are my legacy. Everything else, all this noise. My kids are the only thing that matters to me. My kids are the only thing that matters to me in this whole world. My kids are my family.
Let's talk about that legacy. Now, obviously you've got the Benn name, and that's given you advantages, but it comes with a lot of pressure. And I remember you saying that, I think it might have been your first amateur fight that you missed weight, and your dad was saying like, that's so embarrassing, like you're tarnishing the Benn name, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is it like having the pressure of the Benn name and kind of having to uphold that name and develop it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he definitely shamed me. He definitely shamed me. It was the worst thing ever, because I'm sitting there and I'm going, Dad, it was only like by like a pound. I wasn't like taking boxing seriously or anything. It was just like I missed a pound. He's going, that's embarrassing. How dare you? That's an embarrassment on the Benn name. I thought, cool, bloody hell, never miss weight ever again. And I never will miss weight ever again. It was, listen, every kid wants their dad and mum to be proud of them. Every kid. I want my dad to be proud of me. So I want to do what. I want to do the right things.
He's been by you every step of the way in the build-up to this Chris Eubank Jr. fight. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Chris's relationship with his dad, and he's been noticeably missing in the build-up. If he were to turn up on fight night, which some people think he might, do you think that's actually an advantage to you because it could throw Chris off given their situation?
Nah, I mean, listen, I can only speak for myself. There could be Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse sitting ringside. It ain't make no difference to me, you know. When I'm in there, I'm in there. I'm dialed in, I'm locked in, and I'm ready to go. As far as, Joe, it's a hard one because I get relationships, I get family relationships, I get how difficult they can be. Listen, I can't even say me and my dad clashed because even when we do clash, we look at each other and we go, we're just so alike. Like, that's why we clash over certain things. You know, so it's a hard one. I don't really want to talk about their relationship. I would love nothing more than to see Eubank Sr. and Junior together.
Eubank Sr., when he fought your dad in the first fight, he said that was the closest he had ever been to death, that's how deep into the water he had to go during that fight. Do you think you and Junior will have to do the same? Are you prepared to do that?
I definitely 1,000,000% don't plan on going there. Yeah, so as for that, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't think I will need to be with my boxing skills and what I bring to the table. But, I mean, listen, if it comes down to it, cool, let's go. Let's have a shoot at it.
Again, Senior speaks about him having kind of a society brain and your dad having a street fighter brain. Do you think when it comes to your fight that it's going to be down to IQ, like street fighting just isn't going to cut it? It has to be boxing smart? Yeah,
listen, boxing's changed, the whole sport's changed. I think the styles have changed. Boxing as a whole, as a business, has changed. But I'll go in there and do what I need to do. Period. Like, there ain't really much I'm concerned about, to be honest. I've not had an issue with anybody throughout my career. You know, apart from when I had a hard fight early on in my career, and that taught me wonders. That taught me so much. Whereas now it's like everyone's been easy work. Everybody, apart from one person in my career when I was young, I was maybe 20, 21, has been easy work. So, you know, hopefully Chris presents a different test.
Well, I'll give you two more before I let you go and train. It feels like it's almost a psychological warfare going on at the moment. You know, Chris is adopting what his dad did a lot, which is almost that patronising sort of talk that he gives. Is that frustrating you? Can you feel that that's what he's trying to do?
Not really. I personally think he's a bit of an idiot, but, you know, I don't know if I speak on behalf of the nation or, you know, he has a couple people that like him. I just think he is what he is. You know, you need personalities in the sport of boxing. He's definitely a personality. You need it. You need people like him in the game. Don't mean I have to like him.
Yeah. Well, you don't like him, and there's definitely no love lost between the two of you, but you are good dancing partners. You are putting on a show. It's selling out. Do you think that once it's all done and dusted, there will be a time where you'll think of each other fondly, you'll have that relationship, or is it too much hatred?
I actually changed my mind. I don't hate him. I just think he's an idiot. That's it. I don't like him, but I don't hate him. I don't think anymore. Depends what mood I'm in, actually. Depends what mood I'm in, yeah. I mean, I always think he's an idiot, but sometimes, yeah. And I think when I'm with him, I hate him because he's just...
We'll ask you again when the fight's over.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Ask me after, and I'll definitely give you a good answer.
Yeah.